Essentially, the front pummel is anytime I'm taking my foot around the top to the inside. And that looks a lot fucking easier than it actually is to do, okay? So if you feel like an idiot trying to do this, you're probably doing it better than I was when I first did it, so don't feel too bad, okay? Now, the front pummel is all around useful, okay? But there's specific times where it's a lot easier to go for, okay? So if we take an example of someone just being a fuck and lifting me up into the air, okay? The more he lifts me, the less connected he is here, okay? So again, he's making space that I'm gonna try to capitalize on, okay? And when he lifts me, he actually lifts my hips up, and that gives me a better angle to bring my foot to the inside and start to sink down again, okay? And this is just putting myself back in that top butterfly position where the first thing I do is I get control of something, upper body. And if I can't get any upper body attachments, I'm just trying to push myself back towards my hips, right? And when I mean any attachment, I mean any attachment, okay? Like I could reach back and overhook him and use that to try to prevent myself from getting pushed over top of him, pull myself backwards. You reach out and grab his ass, I don't care. Just anything to stop yourself from going that way, okay? Now, so the front pummel is a lot easier to do when they lift me up, okay? But if you're clean enough at the motion, or you're flexible, you're dexterous, and you practice it a lot, like you could just be here floating and just say, fuck it, and start to circle your foot to the inside. Okay, now what's actually going on, all right? The first thing I'm circling is my heel, okay? So my heel kind of comes in first, okay? I want to come a little higher than his chest. I don't want to just kick him in the chest and get stuck here. He won't punish me, like if he grabs my foot, which is probably, I don't think it's ever really happened to me where they've done this, but like you can just peel it off. He doesn't get anything really out of it because my weight's so far forward, he couldn't take me backwards, okay? But my heel comes in first, starts to move itself to the inside. I'm trying to flick him towards the outside and end up with these butterfly hooks, okay? Now, the other time that I will go for the front pummel is off of both legs on top of his leg, okay? So that pass we just did, where I go 1 and then I go 2, what I will do is circle that down, and then instead of coming over the top, because sometimes you don't get as much space to play with. Like right now, that went back not as far as I would like it to go. This is still kind of awkward going this way. That's when you'll go this way. Okay, that's when you would front pummel them. So you front pummel either because you're amazing at it, or because they lifted you up into the air, and that's when you start to pummel to the inside and then you sink, or you front pummel because you put both legs on top and then you made the space for you to come around to the inside on, okay? But all of it ends up being in this kind of position, okay, where you've got double, your top butterfly, looking for attachments. He wants to push you off him or catch you in quarter guard, all right? Now, just to talk about this position itself a little bit more, okay? They will try to catch you in quarter guard, and I'm doing preventative measures to try to not let them do that. I'm trying to, put a lot of pressure on my feet and open his legs up or prevent him from closing. But let's say he did go this way and catch me in quarter guard, because maybe I lost my pressure for a little bit. This is still okay, because you can go from this kind of quarter guard, and I can just put my foot back up top, and I can start to pummel him and reopen him back up depending on my pressure, okay? Otherwise, if he does put the quarter guard in that side, I really just like to focus on digging the underhook on the side that I'm caught in quarter guard, and because of how they would turn into it from there, it's usually pretty easy to dig, and all you have to do is turn your knee to the outside here, and you can just turn it into a knee slice, and you can start to kick this off, okay? I'm not gonna dive too much into the knee slice today. I'm trying to get through all the other stuff because if you guys want to learn how to do the knee slice, there's a ton of stuff online for it, but pummel passing. So one more time. Front pummel off of, just because you practice it a lot, and you can see even like I have to lean forward to give myself space to do it. Like I wouldn't just do it from floating here. It wouldn't work out very well. Okay, I'm gonna have to give myself some kind of angles, or when he lifts me up, that's an angle I take advantage of, okay? Or I create my own angle here. Right? And then we pass from the double butterfly. So this is not gonna look pretty at first. So I'll be walking around, okay? Grab your partners.
That sounds good.